Your dad is a 6'8" ogre. Watching him hold 2 elvish blades like that would be so gay, dude. Don just got back from a Roman Catholic sermon that his father was giving up in the deep woods of Maine. How was it, Don?
It was amazing. It's about 600 people there.
Uh-oh.
They got my dad all done up in like a big Catholic getup, you know?
Mm.
He sacrificed a child for Christ.
He looked like a Roman, like an Italian opera singer. Big rosy cheek makeup and eyeliner on. And he was basically singing his whole sermon.
Kids get nervous around him.
He was dressed up as a Roman Centurion.
That'd be insane, especially with your dad's build. That'd be insane.
We're going Old Testament with this one today, boys.
Be not who you are, be who you should be. Everyone's like, ah!
I'm
Phalanx. Formation.
That's Greek, isn't it? Isn't that Greek?
Yeah, probably. But you know, the Romans stole a lot from the Greeks, so.
Mm-hmm.
Tortoise shell, go!
Bring me
Everyone!
the spear. I'm gonna stab Jesus. I'm gonna show you how.
Show you how it felt. I'm gonna show you the anguish.
He holds a spear and fucking hurls it towards the statue of Jesus in the back, and it perfectly goes into the slit where his ribs are.
There's just a poor homeless man he took from the cold streets of Maine.
No!
They really jammed it in there, boy.
Blood comes out. It's
Jesus
wine.
weeps.
You know how metal that'd be if you did that and then wine poured out of it, and then that's where you did your
the communion. Yeah.
Your communion. Yeah.
That'd be sick.
This is the blood of Christ.
Blood of
That would be
Christ.
cool.
They have they have a cheese grater to some dude's back. They're doing then that's your fucking bread.
It would
Yeah,
be
that-
sweet if you know on that like Forged in Fire shit. You know how they like stab those stupid ballistic dolls that people like blow up with guns.
They
on
all
YouTube?
have to make
How
a
sick
Roman
would it
spear
be
and stab at Jesus.
Just if your dad or if any kind of priest or pastor did that, they like strung up one of those onto a cross, and that was like the demonstration. They filled the stupid little liver with wine, and they just fucking.
That's got to be some kind of high order blasphemy. Just not sure. It's so specific and odd. I'm not sure it's defined by the scripture, but I don't know. It's got to be something wrong.
That's how you get a new denomination, baby.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we can't stab Jesus. Oh, okay. Well, you're a heretic.
I've been in big religious mode lately. Not so much practicing, but very much like in the aesthetic of old-timey Crusader shit. I've been playing Blasphemous on my Steam Deck. I got a Steam Deck.
Of course you did.
And Blasphemous is sick. I don't know if you guys ever played that game, but it's pretty fun.
No, what's that about?
It's like a side-scroller Castlevania-esque style game, but you're just like a Crusader dude killing shit. I don't know. It's fun.
Do you kill Saracens?
I kill.
Because they're blasphemous?
I don't know what that is, if I'm being honest.
Muslims.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Probably. They don't come right out and say it, but I imagine. And then at the end of the game, it says you're racist. And it's like, look what you did. You never stopped to ask like what was going on. You just kind of blasted through.
Why?
You're the problem. And I'm like, I just all you told me how to do was jump and slash. I had no idea.
And it's sitting
There's a
there in your
talk
bucket
feature.
helm and nothing else.
Press L3 to talk. We said that in the game. I had no idea.
I thought it was a taunt.
I didn't know.
It is kind of a cool character design with his like traffic cone hat.
Oh, dude, it's so sick.
Thorns.
He fills it. He fills it with the blood of this first boss that you kill. He like puts it on his head. And also the whole game is like sprites or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's
the hard
like
looks
pixel.
cool,
It's really really good. Yeah.
I should
think it's
say
kinda
before we
short.
move on, I'm sitting in my dad's office in front of his various weapons, fresh, literally out of church. He priested.
What kind of
Covered
weapons?
in blood.
What kind of weapons are in your dad's office?
Let's
Well,
see
actually,
here.
let me rephrase that question. What weapons does a pastor at a church need in his office?
Well, let's find out.
Here's my flail.
Let's
Here's
find
my
out.
mace.
Bazooka.
My Morning Star. Like Lucifer Morning Star, actually.
Morning Star.
We've got a-
That's a play on words.
Laser.
No, I think stranger than fiction. We've got a Shaolin staff, a katana.
Yeah, this will come in handy at some point.
The next one is actually it's pretty cool.
Katana.
It's a real.
There's
I think it's
demons
a
in
real
these woods,
ceremonial, like marine sword that he got somehow.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's the sword.
Semper Fi.
This is the sword from the enemy in Mulan.
Well, yeah. So then we've got
this one's awesome. Let me show you.
Viking glaive, and then another katana.
How much room does he have to
And then,
have
like-
all these items in his office? It's like a
kinda
little,
cool.
it's like
It's
an
like
office, but they're all just like, they're all on the floor.
Oh, and here's the
room
Spear of
space.
Destiny.
They're all just like leaned up on the walls and like on the floor.
Lock rifle.
Two long swords, and then the Flame of the West, Aragorn sword, and then
Arendelle.
I can't remember what this one is. It's like a big Viking spy hander or something.
He has a custom sting with LED lights imprinted into the blade. The orcs are coming, boy.
My dad's awesome, dude. I fucking love my dad.
My dad's awesome. Every time I go back to Daddy's house, I have to sit in his office for 45 minutes minimum.
Play with the swords.
You play with all of his weapons.
He's got Legolas's swords over there, and
Your dad is a 6'8" ogre. Watching him hold two elvish blades like that would be so gay, dude. It would be so unproportionate. It would be unbelievable. Especially like you walk into his house and he has like a white wig on and like the outfit. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were going to arrive so soon."
Elves are famed for their dexterity. What's this, boy?
We're pure of heart.
Yeah.
Gregor is elvish for tall. I don't know.
he years ago, he wanted to get us into D&D, and for the first night, he wore like a giant wizard outfit, like a
that's fun
beard
though
and stuff. And he got like he rigged up a stick like from his yard that looked cool to be a staff to shoot a flash paper fireball. And didn't tell anyone. So like, yeah, we sat down to play, and he just like shoots a fucking fireball.
Fireball!
Yeah, no,
You're dead. No, you're dead. You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead. Permadeath.
You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead.
You're
You
dead.
can't get revived. La 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 la. I can't hear you.
Blah, blah, blah. I still hold grudges about that D&D because I tried to play D&D with Don's group, and
That was lame.
some people
I'm with
got
you.
offended about my character, the Rape Smith, who was a raping dwarven.
That's always the worst
specialized in
thing,
rape.
dude.
He didn't get to rape
I
anybody.
fucking hate that shit. I hate whenever you're trying to play D&D and some guy's just like, I go over and I grab that girl's tits, and you're like, oh, that's funny. It's real
Oh,
funny.
that was me. That was
Yeah.
100%
Oh,
me. I was like, I want to
see. I
wanna
was
rape
with
the
you,
goblin.
Hunter, but then I thought you were saying I hate when people like stop you from doing cool, awesome stuff
Yeah.
like that. Versus,
I'm always sitting there and I'm the fucking stupid ass nerd that's just like, okay, so we're actually not really playing this then. So this is just so we're not actually taking this seriously then is what you're saying. Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay.
I thought it'd be funny if we could rape the goblins.
All right, so
And
I
everyone
roll
got
a
mad.
20 to kill my character. Yeah, he's dead. Bye, guys.
Yeah, I'm going home. I'm out. Fucking-
well, so they
All right,
they
well,
wouldn't
never
let the
mind then.
rape smith rape anybody. So then Tom,
I made a genocidal
Sir
maniac
Genocide.
character.
Yeah, and I like my dad swears he didn't contrive this, but somehow over the course of playing, everyone's character ended up inside a tomb, and Tom's character was outside the tomb, and Tom's character somehow had control of whether he wanted to gas everyone inside of the tomb. And yeah, he claims that it was somehow like happenstance.
I wanted. Oh, it would have been so sweet, dude, because if their characters die, they lose them.
Yeah, well, it was
And
also us visiting
I
from out of town, and they'd been playing like a campaign or whatever for months, you know?
Yeah.
And we just kind of
these characters
crashed
were
with
like
our
deep.
bullshit.
And I was so ready. I was so ready to just kill all of their characters because I'm, insufferable.
God, you really are just like such an unfun
cunt.
person. Hey, if you guys want to play, you can. Yes, but I want to kill you all. I squeeze the maiden's breast. I squeeze them. It's like, yeah, that's pretty funny. and then I pull out my balls. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
What do I
that's
have to
pretty
roll
silly.
to do that? Do I need a 20?
Yeah,
Oh,
what do I
dude,
have
it
to
was-
roll? Don's dead.
was
Did you
so
hear me?
good.
My balls.
Except he wouldn't let me gas them. Like, he contrived a way that I couldn't kill them all. So I just...
You know
I
that he
swore
got
off
like
D&D
such a
after that.
fucking lashing from his friends after that. He's like, why the fuck did we do this? Why did we waste our time?
I feel like I was dragged into the game in the first place, so don't blame me. I didn't ask to play D&D.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, you really kind of ruined the night for us. Oh, don't blame me, dude. I didn't even want to be there.
I didn't even ask. I didn't want to.
I didn't want to fucking be there to play your
You're
gay
gonna make
game.
me do this shit?
If I'm playing my way.
Yeah, I'm playing
You
my
don't
way.
like
I don't
it,
give
you
a fuck.
can
This,
leave.
you can't chain down this fucking dog, dude. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah. That was me.
God, he's cool.
So, Tom's
I wish
awesome.
I was Tom.
God, I wish I was him.
Yeah. Not everyone can be Tom, baby.
Mr. Gregor, did you hear me? My balls.
Yeah, I fully admit I was definitely insufferable. For sure.
Yes. He's good.
You enjoyed that, didn't you? Did I ruin your
The
little
goblins
game,
look
your
like
precious
Jews,
little
don't they,
game?
Mr. Gregor? Yeah, I guess kind of. Gas
you
them!
say?
Gas them all!
Hey. We're all having fun. Okay? Everyone just has fun in a different way.
Absolutely.
Everyone just has fun in a different way. And by the end of the night, no one's character got killed, no goblins were raped, it all worked out. Okay?
Thank God. I was worried. I was getting ready to call Don's dad and apologize personally. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What about the
About the D&D
sick and
thing that happened probably like
twisted
20 years
things I
ago.
was
or
trying to
whatever.
do? The D&D probably doesn't remember. Yeah.
We got to do a second episode with him sometime.
Should do it from his church, dude. Be tight.
Yeah.
Post biblical revelations. Post being visited in a vision by Christ himself.
That would
We should
also
just
be
have-
pretty funny, but seems also like blasphemy somehow. If
Well,
he
I was
just
gonna
had
say
his
is if you-
camera angle was just the altar, you know, and he's talking
Well, I
to
was
you
to
guys,
say,
but
what if the episode is just him doing his sermon? So then he's spreading the word of God to our viewers, and then I can, and then no, and then I could be in the background. I could do, just Amazing Grace the whole time, but humming it like an old woman. And I say, yes, Pastor. I say that the whole time.
I like that. You do have big, strong black woman vibes.
Oh, tell him.
Unironically, I would endorse this episode to go out to the 50,000 people who listen to this.
we have to get him
Absolutely.
a Centurion costume first, though.
I kind of like him being
Just
in
a
an
very
actual priest
confusing-
robe.
You know, he doesn't wear a robe though. It's they're Methodist, so he just wears, like,
kind of a
suit.
cool church. We don't wear
Yeah.
robes.
Hey there, kids. Let me tell you about
Reasonable.
God real quick.
Yeah.
You like my loafers? I'm like, yeah, I guess. Anyway, so
You like rap? You kids like rap?
like rap. Yeah, I got Dr. Dre's The Chronic here. If you're trying to listen to it after church, there. I'm a cool pastor. I'm not one of these weirdos.
You like my elvish blades?
Yeah, here, look at this.
Look at this.
Don't
look at my
touch him.
kata.
Don't touch them. They're really sharp.
Sure.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, exactly. He has one of those like jelly half bodies that you see on shows with like when they're testing weapons and you like drive it into a person's head and it bleeds. You know what I'm talking about? Those like little dummy bodies that are like
Are you
see
fucking
through.
having a stroke? Didn't we just...
Yeah,
Isn't
we're
that
talking
exactly
about
what I said
force and
earlier?
fire. Like, except it's Jesus and you stab it with a
You
spear
were
and
answering
wine
emails
comes out.
again, weren't you?
Sorry, dude. I'm watching porn while I record this episode, so I kind of drifted in and out.
Sweet. 40K porn?
Yeah, 40K porn.
Nice.
Actually, it's church porn. I've been looking up. That's the deal. It's like it's sex in church. And I'm like, no way.
That's awesome.
You're not supposed to be doing that there.
Well, anyway, what was your thoughts on this test dummy? What other bits are you going to steal from me?
So there's a goblin, and they look like somebody peculiar.
And there's a wedge, and you grab her boobies.
And you grab her in a booby area. And it's very funny.
Sorry that I'm so sick and twisted, boys. I can't help it.
That is true. He is he's currently actually stationed in Florida at one of the MC's fucking prime stations.
I like
That's
the
true.
I like the emerging
sermons.
GIROTC angle. That's funnier to me.
What the fuck is that? What's the difference?
It's like you. I'm not even fully sure how it works, but it's kind of
I
like
thought Jarrett.
it's like
yeah.
pretend Marines in high school, and you kind of
Oh, is
you
it
wear
like
the
I thought it was
like
twirl the
like a
plastic
training
rifle
grounds.
and
I thought it was something different then. I thought it was something else. I thought the JRTC was fucking like was all the kids who were gonna go to the Marines, and they just taught them like how to weld and how to fix fridges.
maybe Missouri is what they got up to.
Yeah, we have it's just the teacher's like chores that he hasn't done himself. Yeah, fix this fridge. I don't know how. Google it, and then just fixing shit around his house.
Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps. So yeah, it's like when you're destined for the military and in high school, and you learn to
This is my destiny.
march.
It's like it's like another version of autism. Like only like the super weird kids. There's a kid that was like that, and he was like, I mean, he was mentally retarded. I mean, he just was. And he didn't have Down syndrome. He's just a weird guy. Whatever. I don't know. Edit this however you want to edit it. But he sat there and he was in this welding class, just like metal shop. You know what I mean? And in there's like I forgot if it's TIG welding where you turn on the gas. I can't remember. All I know is that the whole thing though is to do TIG is you have to like light your welding, like the fucking torch, whatever. I can't think of any of my words today. I'm sorry, but one of the stories, he let the gas on for a long time and then he lit it after like 4 minutes and he like set the fucking room on fire, like a giant fireball. And they were like, what the fuck? And he was over there and he like burnt like a lot of his hair off. He was like horribly burned, but he didn't like make a sound. It was fucking scary. And he was one of the guys that would go to that where it's like, that's our future military right there. Good old Tommy.
Did they have
He didn't make a
uniforms and
sound.
stuff? Did Tommy have a uniform?
What does that mean?
No, he always wore like really old, like Wrangler blue jeans with like a Hot Wheel shirt. And I was like, how is this possible? How are you allowing this person to actually sign up for the military to hold like their profession is having a gun? Like that's like unbelievable that's where that they're like, sure, yeah, just fuck it, sign the dotted line, bada bing, bada boom.
When you say he didn't make a sound when he like caught fire.
He was burnt. His skin was red. It wasn't like peeling off, but it was like, it's like whenever you can definitely tell somebody's like, it's almost like the outer layer of their skin got burned. One of his eyebrows got like singed, like some of his hair was gone. Part of his scalp was burnt. That fucking fireball caught him off. He did not make a single like, oh, like a pain sound. There was no scream. He was silent. It was fucking horrifying.
Just born in the flame. One with it.
Yeah. I was born to the fucking Bane comes out of the shadows. He was born to the fire.
Yeah, immediately goes and snaps someone's back over his knee.
Tommy, no!
I mean, I would. Hey, if that was the enemy's military, I would be afraid.
Oh, I mean, 100%. I'm not saying that he wouldn't make the perfect soldier. I just thought to myself, I'm like, it's some very unhinged people that they're just allowing to fucking boot, scoot, and boogie past the fucking...
Well, I feel like in general, that's got to be the case to some extent. Like, you're going to get people who don't have any other options you're gonna get like hyper patriots, and then you're gonna get people who just like
It was
the
kind of
only real. Gone.
It was kind of sad in high school because I went to a high school in a pretty poor area, and a lot of the JROTC kids or kids that went into the National Guard, they were blatantly just kind of, didn't come from a lot of money. So it was like a way to go to college. You know what I mean?
I think that's a fine way to go to college.
You're like, ha, you're poor. I'm gonna go to college.
You have to go get shot at to live.
Don's
no one's
getting
shot at in the National Guard.
Don's looking at all the people that have to sign up for the military. His dad shows up in an expedition, really nice vehicle, and he rolls down the window, and there's just tons of like elven fantasy blades and stuff his dad bought. And he's just like, I'm going to go to art school, and you're going to have to pick up trash in other states. Bye, poor people. Have fun when the next hurricane comes, and you have to pick that up for 4 months. I like to imagine, you're like, everyone's like, man, fuck that rich kid. Don, that big tall bastard. He keeps making fun.
You stood out too, right? Because you're probably one of the only white kids in your school, so you're this big, lanky, gangly, like pale troglodyte man with his dad with the elvish blades.
Yeah,
laughing at the poor
Come on,
minorities.
boy, life's great. Let's go. Coming, daddy.
Coming, father.
You know what, Don? That sounds like a great. I'd love to see you go back to your family. You know what's the thing too, which sucks with you, is that you'd go back to your high school reunion and everything you ever wanted came true. Like you're in a big successful like YouTube channel. You're like a YouTube animator or whatever. You're doing art full time. Some people are like, yeah, I joined the military for like 4 years and blah blah blah. You're like, oh, have you seen Flash Kids? Yes, that's my channel.
I don't.
Some people just win, dude. And you're a guy. You're a guy with a gold medal around his neck, and that's fine.
You ever feel bad telling people what you do?
I always have such an immense amount of shame.
Me too.
Yeah,
a little bit.
100%.
I feel
100%.
like I come off like I'm worried about coming off like I'm rushing to tell people about what a cool job I have.
Oh no, that's not me at all. I have somebody that comes up and they're doing actual labor.
Well, that's
and they're actually working.
Oh,
and I'm like,
what do you do?
Well, I had to sit at home and think about a funny cartoon. Yeah, it's going to be about pumpkin spice lattes. Remember those? Anyways, I'm going to go home and do that. And then they're like, I feel total shame.
Where'd you live? Oh, just on a small 10,000 acre ranch. It's no big deal, really.
Yeah, we own a huge plot of land, no neighbors, very scenic, so much beautiful wildlife going around there. But I have to make my silly little cartoons. Yeah,
you have horses, right? That's common out here.
We have to. Where do you live? I live in a nice little deal. Oh, I wouldn't be able to live there. I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Well, yeah, it's always hard to ask them the same question because anything they say, like any honest work that sounds like really hard and skilled and they get by and make money, it's like, yeah, what we do is just make believe bullshit.
It's literally the most lucky. Yeah. We are quite honestly, and I want our viewers to know this too, and our podcast listeners or whatever, is that literally we are just the most lucky people ever. And I think that like it's kind of like one of those things where because we're lucky, we have to revel in it. Because I know that if the roles are reversed, the viewer right now, if it was reversed, you'd be reveling as well. Right. All right. Yep. So I want you all to know that. That's also why I lie. You guys always were like, well, it's weird that you're lying. It's way more convenient to be like, oh, I'm a contractor.
Don't fucking try and justify your constant gaslighting on everything, not even relevant or related to you.
It's so much easier.
No,
if I'm going to a coffee shop.
He's talking about telling a coffee shop he's an electrician.
like me. Wait, what? Say that again.
You're talking about how we'll go to like the coffee shop and you'll tell him you're an electrician. You just got off a job.
Yeah, well, I do like to elaborate. And I like to live this lie. But to be fair, it's way easier.
YouTube.
It's way easier to have that conversation of like, I'm an electrician, because it ends at people saying, "Cool."
Oh yeah,
that's where it ends.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Versus like, oh my God, that must be so fun, and then I'm sitting there and I feel bad because I'm like, actually, I hate my life. I hate myself. So it's way easier to be like, I'm a contractor. Oh, cool. Yep. And that's period. That's the end of the fucking sentence. It's way better.
If that was the only thing you gaslit people about, I would believe you. But you
What else
gaslight
do I
about
do?
literally everything else. Literally everything else.
I'm not sure that
get,
kid actually blew himself up in your high school. I'm not sure he's real.
I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm going to try. I've been finding inklings. I was gonna put this up on the deal for everybody, for our old listeners as well. The Royal Flush shirt. I found proof of that.
Ooh, that's true. That's a good little Patreon.
So I'm trying to find more proof for these stories because I do like to lie. All right, I'll be honest.
Okay,
I like to lie.
That's all I wanted you to admit.
But a lot of these are true stories too. So I'm trying to find evidence for these things.
So are we putting that on Patreon, and you can pay $5 to go look at the exhibit?
Yeah, we'll have it. We'll have it in the bonus episode too. So in the bonus episode, we'll go. I'll tell more about. I'll rehash that story in more detail. Except this time now, there's picture proof. We have evidence.
I like that.
That is like a perfect picture to go with that story. It really is like black and white.
It is the most humiliating. You can just tell like how
though.
like the mentality of my dad. My dad was shit faced right there, and you could tell. And that was 10 a.m. We had to get there early. We got there early, and we were like going around the city for a bit. But the fucking doors of the place didn't even open until 4. So we just like bar hopped a bit. It was unbelievable. Like I said, I won't go into it now because that's for our real fans, the patrons.
Yeah, I was surprised at how good looking your dad was as a youngster.
He looks pretty much the same as he does now.
I mean,
we look a lot alike. If I was skinnier, I would look a lot like my dad.
Well, I always wondered like where your symmetrical nice face came from, because obviously it wasn't from that whorish mother of yours.
Oh, absolutely
seeing
not.
that old
The
picture
bird?
of your dad's,
No.
yeah, it kind of all makes sense.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
That shirt is so just like stark. You know what I mean? Like it's just so utterly legible.
He took it off, and it was so crystal clear. Like you could read that from 2 miles away.
I mean, yeah, it's like
just for context for people who don't know.
It's like
for people who don't know, the Hunter when he was younger.
Also, look how young I am there. Like,
yeah.
So when I told my dad, I'm like 2 weeks prior, I'm in a band that was not even existent. It's like obviously, like you're a child. Like you obviously don't have that actually going on right now. I love the classic. Also love the classic. This is the classic fat Midwestern kid fit, where it's large black zip up hoodie with pants with like shorts, basketball shorts. Classic. Doesn't matter what time of year it is.
Out of style.
Oh, absolutely not. It's forever.
It's like it's like a 3-piece suit. It's just always for hundreds of years going to be.
yeah. Exactly. It's a nice 3-piece suit. It's true. There's definitely one listener that's listening to this in school right now who's like, are they talking about me? I remember one of the black zip-up hoodies I got one time was this fucking disgusting, pretty awful Hot Topic zip-up hoodie. I think I might have already brought this up, but it was a all Mario print. I was trying to find that because I don't think I ever threw it away, but it was. I never even like I played Super Mario 3 or whatever. Like I don't know why I got it, but I was like, oh my God, this looks sweet. Back in the day when you go into like Hot Topic and there's just like any kind of video game or pop culture reference that you know, and you're like, oh my God, this is pretty cool. Oh, awesome. They have Naruto headbands. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's
I feel like that was kind of like the anime all over print before that was a thing, you know?
Yeah.
You at least deluded yourself into perceiving there was something cool about having like 1,000 Marios on your hoodie, you know?
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Complete disillusion. That's why if there's anybody who's, I mean, I don't know. What age do you think you get sentience to where you can finally be like, God, that was terrible? I feel like by the time I was like 17 is when I was like, why the fuck did I get this? You know what I mean? So if there's anybody under the age of 17 and you think that you have likes and interests, even if we're one of your likes and interests, probably in a couple of years, you're going to think that we're really, really, really terrible, is what I'd like to imagine. People who are settled in, sorry, you're stuck with us. But other people, I'm telling you, you're going to drop us like flies. That's what I imagine.
As if every person listening to this isn't like 35-year-old man.
That's true. We do have a extremely strong, our middle-aged,
high school contingent we've got.
Are like right on the precipice of middle-aged men that will listen to this podcast is truly an army to behold. If everybody who listens to this podcast stood in a room, it would literally look like a welding convention or something. You would be like, this would be like look like a welders union or something like that. It would be such a beautiful sight.
What's funny is you get comments from people who are like, yeah, my kids, blah, 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 my kids X and X. And you imagine like, oh man, there's like these old guys listening to us, you know? But the reality is we're childless 30-year-olds and they're like real adults with real lives.
Like I said.
But the same age, you know?
Once again, shameless or shameful awareness of our situations. Trust me, if it falls on us.
That's always my go-to when someone asks what I do. I'm like, I do YouTube. Like, I'm the douchebag begging you to like and subscribe. I just try and play it off like that, and I think
you just desperately want the attention. You desperately want the attention. I do YouTube, and then you're just waiting for them to be like, "Oh, what's the channel name?"
Yeah, you
like
put your line out.
It's like a fucking rabid dog on a chain. I see it in your eyes.
But one trying to hide it, so you just see the strings of spit coming down my like closed mouth.
Like, what do you say? Flash guys! It's called Flash guys!
I only want the attention if it's an underage girl. If it's a full-grown man, I don't care.
And that is clipped, and that is forever going to be something that is on this channel.
I'm the Chris D'Elia of Cream Crew.
Oh no.
God. I would say we are on probably the same respectable scale as the tarnished Chris D'Elia, Brian Callen, and fucking Gringo Poppy, whatever. Who's who? Who would be who? So you're Chris D'Elia, Tom? Is what you say?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm probably Gringo Poppy then. I bet you I'm probably.
You're Brendan Schaub.
I think I'm Brendan Schaub. Unfortunately,
no way.
And then Don would be the.
You're Bert
Brian
Kreischer,
Callen.
dude. You're Bert Kreischer.
I take. I'm probably Bert Kreischer. I was talking about out of those three,
Oh,
like Brian Callen,
the 10-minute thing. Yeah. What are you talking about? Who else was on the 10-minute podcast?
Will Sasso was the other guy, but he's not like. I was talking about just.
He hasn't pedophiled anybody yet.
No, not yet. Maybe. I don't know yet. Maybe nothing has come to light yet. I'm talking about the people because Chris D'Elia, Brian Callen, and Brendan Schaub were all part of the Fighter and the Kid in a way. I know Chris D'Elia was just a popular guest. He'd go on the time or whatever. But yeah, I mean, Bert Kreischer fits way, way better. I just thought we were talking about Fighter and the Kid type deal.
No, you're right. This strange deep cut that we're going into, you're right. But just trying to
deep cut. Those shows are immensely more popular than what we're doing.
Okay, well,
that's true. It's true.
I don't know about that. At least none of us have been arrested yet for pedophilia.
Is there a growling? Who's growling? Is that a dog?
Yeah, my fucking
Don's dad.
No,
oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad's just. This is my dad's office.
From my
sitting across from me, growling.
You get out of here! You've
get
been
out
in
of
here
my
too
office,
long, boy. You've been in here too long, boy. Riff, riff.
No, he's off saving souls in church, and we're making.
Is he still in church? Does he ever leave?
No, he does 3 sermons at 3 different churches in a row.
The Lord's work never rests, boy.
You should just be there for do a live stream, dude. Today. Save himself some time.
Innit? Just do a loop. Just loop it.
How much money did your dad make?
How much is in the collection plate? How much is he?
Yeah, how much is he taking home?
Collection plate.
People are donating money, but what's really going in Dad's pocket? Be honest.
How many? Yeah, let's look up how much these blades cost.
We got a lot of swords behind me.
That's wetterworkshop.com.
Oh my God, these are $35,000 a piece. Holy shit.
We got chainmail.
The eating's good, boy,
suit
dude.
of armor, a cloak. Yeah.
A cloak.
It's actually cool that this is kind of where he still plays D&D with, like some of my childhood friends that we used to play with still come. You know, they're adults now to play with him. But years ago, we built him this table. Or Justin built the table for him. That's got like a TV.
Is it one of
built
those?
into it?
Ah, that's what I was wondering.
one of
I
those
love
guys.
those.
Here,
Yeah,
I'll point the
those are
camera at
sweet.
it. His office is kind of messy, so but yeah, it's just like big ass, awesome table with an inlaid TV.
Does he just have like a little computer hooked up to it, whatever? So you can just like.
Well, they put like little USB ports, you know, and I think he just plugs his laptop into it and is good to go.
I don't ever really even play D&D, but I love those tables. That's like one of my I don't even say guilty pleasures. I love watching people make those on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really fun.
Yeah, but Justin put like these sick like metal strips in it, you know, like that are inset. I guess Winners helped them with it too. Actually, they both built it because I think he still plays with them from time to time. But yeah.
Yeah, are we even recording an episode? It feels like we're just like at the office talking.
D&D table. Oh my god, that would be awesome.
That would be so freaking cool.
That would be so badass.
You and your brother really are just the perfect sons, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Good boys. Good boys. Good man.
And I hate to even bring it to this because this is I don't like going to this place, but you did say that in a very sexual way, the way that you said it right there.
That's right. Yeah. That is right, Tom. More than you could ever know.
He stacks one of you on top of the other, so he's got two assholes. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, God. Jesus.
He can just pick.
God damn.
You guys argue over who gets to be the top of the stack because you don't want to feel like cum running down the groove in your back.
I mean,
I don't want to be the lava cake today, Dad.
Your mind created that image. The lava cake?
Yeah. You know what I mean? You cut into a lava cake and it oozes out.
Oh, God.
I know, isn't that horrible? I felt really bad after even saying it. I was like, oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
just feel bad like I'm in my
for
dad's office and he's
Fight
literally
for it,
off
boy.
preaching. And yeah, I just feel...
Oh, yeah. He gives you the old Gomorrah and Sodom story as he's pumping away. They were wicked with their sin. Oh, they were bad, real bad.
And they were bad.
They were doing stuff in that place.
God, they were
In
bad.
Sodom. Oh, God, like this.
Jesus.
He just has really interactive sermons.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think it's a bad thing.
No, this is the next Sunday after the Centurion. We just
Yeah,
demonstrate.
this is
After
where
the
he demonstrates
Centurion.
what they were doing in Sodom.
Just-
You'll be interested to know where the root word of sodomy comes from. Well, if we turn to Leviticus, I can tell you. Everyone, get out of your clothes.
God. My word. My word.
Well,
My word.
Clutch your pearls, you silly savage.
I don't know about this.
Oh, this is just too much. This is too
I
far.
don't like this, actually.
I love my dad. I love that he preaches. I love that it makes him happy. I'm not here for this. It's mean. You're being mean, Tom.
You are being mean, dude.
It's true.
Historically
I don't
mean.
have such a great relationship with my dad as you have with yours. I would never, ever make my dad a table. Ever.
You're very adamant about that. Daddy, I won't be making this for you.
will not make
Ever.
a table.
Never, ever, ever.
I
No.
didn't agree to be born. That was your choice.
Yeah, no,
I had no say in the matter.
I don't even want. You know what? Phooey, as we say. I like to think that you've said phooey at least a couple times. Phooey,
Phooey.
phooey, Papa, phooey.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ever piss anything? You ever piss anything that wasn't pee? Like you ever pee blood before?
No, my pee's always been quite normal.
I've never pissed blood either. I've kind of wanted to just to experience it. What it would be like to pee blood. Does it hurt?
That'd be rather uncomfortable, probably.
But how much? I needed to know the thrill, the pain.
Luckily for you, at some point in your life, probably very soon, you will be passing a kidney stone or whatever the fuck. So you'll
Yeah.
get to feel that experience very soon.
I hear that's very painful.
Yeah, yeah.
Whenever I do
so.
pass it though, I'm gonna dig it out of the toilet and I'm gonna put it in a little vial. I'm gonna make it a necklace.
Wouldn't you make a little nice little ring, like a rock on the ring? You know.
I mean, that'd be
cool.
sweet. That'd
Yeah.
be sweet too. And
Like
out
an
of
engagement ring.
respect, I would never tell anybody what it was and then kiss it like a mob boss.
Kiss the ring. Do you think it
Jesus.
smells?
Probably at first. I imagine it holds a pretty potent scent for a while, right?
That'd be cool.
And then after, I imagine over time, I'd like you could just lie about whatever. It's an old dinosaur bone.
Why would you want to? I feel like all of the fun is that you have a.
Well, that's the reveal. You don't want to just tell people because then they're like off put by it, and then you have to do the kiss of respect, whatever. People are like, oh, let me get a look at that. And they like look up close to it. I boof them on the cheek. Boop. They're like, haha, that's silly. And then I tell them, that came from my cockhole. And that's the fun.
That does sound like fun. I'm convinced.
What do you think? What do you think?
That came from my cockhole. Probably piss. I'd imagine. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
I don't know. Actually,
at first,
if you pass a kidney stone
as itself, it's like a little cheese diamond. You know, it's like.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been marinating in probably blood. Well, I'm wondering if whenever you pass a kidney stone, if your skin gets stretched that much, right? Do you think a little blood, like a little bit of blood, comes out?
Well, yeah. I'd imagine like scrapes you up coming out. You know.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. So if it's probably marinating in old dead skin, blood, and piss, it probably has a fucking crazy Capri Sun kind of smell to it. A bunch of different flavors all mixed together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Apparently, it's almost entirely made of calcium.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Isn't that what bones made out of, though?
It comes from like eating too much cheese and fat or something. So
I think it just comes from. This sounds very bro sciencey to me. I think if you eat like too much cheese, like you get one. I think it's more just like a poor diet in general, right?
I had a mechanic who delayed fixing my poor Firebird because he had a kidney stone, and he told me his doctor said he ate too much cheese. And I felt bad.
I'll tell you one thing.
Holy shit!
Once I had a I think I've talked about this before, but I had a nurse shove like a fucking cotton wool bud like down my cock hole, and that was an interesting pain that I hadn't experienced before.
It's strange.
And that's got to be some approximation of kind of what it might feel like. Yeah, that's a nice little collection of pebbles you got there.
The article is from the Indian Express, so I don't know if this is real.
That makes a lot.
It says doctors removed 206 kidney stones from 56-year-old man.
If that's gonna happen anywhere, that is 100% happening in India.
That's what I kind of was thinking. Crazy spices and all kinds of stuff. Who knows what the fuck's formulating in that gut?
Milk, cheese, and other dairy products give you kidney stones. High calcium foods, because it's a little calcium rock, you know.
But not in a vacuum, just in like if you've got a really poor diet, right?
Tom, get off the poor diet. It's fucking dairy, dude.
Okay. All
right? It's dairy. I'm fine.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know. Someone else is saying increasing your dairy intake can help. Yeah.
Oh, see, it's all unraveling. This is COVID all over again, boys. You know, you get told one thing and then you find out it's all a lie by Big Pharma. And we're all going to die and go turbo cancer.
Turbo cancer, engage.
Yeah, you just immediately fill with ginormous beach ball sized tumors.
Just explode. Oh, God.
That'd be sick.
That would be pretty radical.
I just want to paint Warhammer again, dude. I don't want to work anymore.
I watch people paint Warhammer figurines more than fucking anything now.
Yeah, you got caught up in that algorithm and Instagram. No more Down syndrome exploitation.
No. The TikTok and Instagram are still Down syndrome exploitation, 100%. That'll never change. I've been on YouTube, like background noise. Like I'll listen to music all the time, but then sometimes I've just been, because the videos are so long too. Mm-hmm. They're nice background noise, and it's very pleasing.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing seeing like the model come together. Well, you learn a lot about color and painting too. If you look at those really good guys, like how they layer stuff for different effects.
Yeah,
it really does kind of transfer over to like digital art and cartoons.
It was pretty interesting because whenever you guys talked about it, you're like, oh, people do like tournaments, like the figurine, like playing the game. But like there's a fucking whole subsect of people who don't even play the game, and they just like, I'm sure they like the game, but they're like, their whole thing is they don't really play. They just do like painting tournaments or whatever. Or like you like little show ponies kind of deal with your figurines.
Yeah, there's I don't know how it's organized anymore, but there's a competition called Golden Demon. that people submit
That's
every year.
awesome.
It's pretty sick. It's pretty fucking sick.
That's a pretty radical thing. I'll kill the demon. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's not scary. It's really cool.
I entered the junior Golden Demon thing when I was a kid.
You entered one. What the fuck?
Huh?
Why am I only just hearing about this?
Well, because I didn't win. It's just a funny story.
I don't tell
I'm
it if I
taking
win.
this to the
Yeah, I
grave
would have
with
told
me.
him I would have showed you my trophy and it'd be on my shelf. No, so I and it was just I just painted like a Tau guy. It wasn't even like a very exciting model. So like a fire warrior and like a drone next to him, and I put him on a base. So it's just this little model and a little base. And my dad built this fucking massive wooden base that the little model itself goes on top of. And like, I think he ordered like a little brass like placard thing that he put on it. That was like the name of the model. And it's just fucking Golden Demon Junior Edition. So there's like all the other junior models, which are just like, it's just a model, you know, with its normal base, respectable. Everyone submitted just like a model, you know, that's well painted or whatever. And then there's mine, which is just a model on top of this fucking wooden monolith with a brass self-important label of like what the art was or whatever. And yeah, long and short of it is I did not win. And then I was very upset.
You gotta stand
and
out,
almost
boy.
cried. And then he
Well,
took,
you gotta stand out from the crowd.
Exactly. Yeah, he's a showman.
No one else here is gonna put their model on a giant wooden plinth. That's what we gotta do.
We went and talked to the judge, like just to. His heart was in the right place. He wanted me to talk to the judge about like how I could improve. No.
You tell this little boy why he lost. Tom,
why?
Look in his eyes and say. He's like,
wipe his tears while you're at it.
All right, you're like, hey, Don, he hates you. That's why you lost, all right, boy? He hates you.
Listen, boy, some people are gonna be jealous. They're gonna be jealous in life of winners.
Yeah.
If you don't win, you take it.
Your impression of him is
You go and complain. Yeah, you did become Lars there.
He did. He's like, it's all winners. He like went very Danish. It's fucking messed up, man. It's fucking absolutely insane.
No, I think he just took me over to like get advice for next year or whatever. But
yeah,
his like, you know, father pride.
Be honest.
His father pride still came out, and he was like, "Well, why the fuck didn't you win?" You know, like still kind of that vibe. Well, what? What's the problem?
Because you're upset.
What can you do better?
What's one of the things where the guy said why you didn't, but you weren't even listening to it because you're just like, this is horseshit? Or did you take what he said into account and did you apply it later?
I think that I did, yeah, but I never entered again because, you know, yeah.
It's rigged. Probably because your dad planted Your dad planted the fucking seeds in your head. He's like, they all hate you, boy. It's rigged.
Machines at the Golden
You're
Demon.
not going back in there as a fucking Golden Demon.
They hate you.
They hate you.
Yeah, no.
My boy. If my boy doesn't win, you know it's a fluke.
It was actually a nice lady that explained why I lost to me.
It was something to do with the giant wooden plinth. We don't typically see that.
We just thought it was a bit self-imposed, I guess. It felt a bit grand for this tournament. And I don't know, we just gave it to someone else.
Oh, you know what? I think that he made the fucking drone like light up too. Like or maybe it's the guy's gun, like he ran an LED through it. And yeah, it's like it's junior division, so it's clearly like Pinewood Derby cars. Like, okay, maybe you painted this, but your dad did like 80% of this.
Your 6-year-old son rigged up the LED electrical system into
and
this
it did the soldering and like little circuit board and built like a fucking switch.
He's a genius, a goddamn genius.
Yeah, he's freaking out. They're having to pull him. They're like holding him back and like dragging him out.
Let him read you a joke. Let him read you a joke.
Get the book done. Open the book and read it.
Win them over hearts and minds, hearts and minds.
You're like trying to like flip to a good page. Knock. There was a polar bear. Read it louder, Don.
Turn on the charm.
I'll be back, boy, with my blades. I'll be back. Hold fast.
No, but you know what? It's like a nice little display case item.
You know what? Maybe it didn't get first place, boy, but it's first place to me.
First
That's
place
what matters.
on my shelf. The work is a trophy.
Quickly, Don, hide under my elvish cloak so security doesn't find us.
Yeah, 6 foot, 7'2", fucking legless, dead spring through the event. Don't ever let him tell you that you're different, Don. You're a Gregor.
Us hell's a fleet of foot, Don. Fly, fly. Yeah, I love your dad as troglodyte ogre, Legolas. That's like a beautiful image in my head.
It's such a, I don't know why, but every time I picture in my head, it's in the style of like a King of the Hill character, like those, like how they draw like Boomhauer's eyes, and then it's just like a giant drawing. That's how I keep picturing my head, is like it's a King of the Hill model or something.
Yeah, I remember my dad had to talk to a event organizer. I was doing a karate tournament, if you can believe it, and I wasn't allowed to compete because I'm a four-eyed freak, even though I got special four-eyed freak goggles that like wrapped around my head.
That's
and
tight.
were supposed to be able to take
You
hits.
medicated goggles?
I had some,
like prescription
for real.
goggles?
I had some like
Awesome.
some fight goggles. And they wouldn't let me compete because, again, I'm a freak. And I was like, yeah, we can't. Shihan, which is the name of like the head of the, like, I don't know, karate discipline. You know, they have these honorifics. I was like, Shihan said I couldn't, father, so I can't. He's the boss. We have to go. My dad was like, no bloody way. We're going to talk to old Shihan. Dude, I was mortified. Like, no, please don't. But anyway, you know, my dad went over with his fucking handbag, because that's something that English dads have for some reason. And he gave Shihan a good talking to, and I was allowed to compete.
Why?
And I got battered.
Why would? Well, why wouldn't you have been allowed? Like, is it like dangerous because you've got like hard shit on your face?
Well, no, because
like,
they don't. You know, they don't want someone to shatter the glasses into my eyes.
Oh, they were made of glass. The goggle things?
No. But like, think about it. Like, these things is like a general rule. People cannot compete with fucking glasses, right?
Yeah.
So like this
Anything that could,
technically
like, even if the
glasses.
goggles got like, you got hit in the face and the goggles like pressed against it or whatever. It's just that kind of shit. I've also heard people not being able to compete just because of the you have to have contacts, or you have to pass like a fucking, not like a vision test. It's like more like to like show that your reflexes or whatever. Like, I don't know. I've just heard like, because then if you have to take off your glasses, then it's like a danger because you're just like, you can't see shit.
Helpless mole.
Yeah.
That kind of deal.
Without my sight, my other senses are augmented. I shall close my eyes.
He might
No
be
matter
blind,
where
but
you
he-
strike, I will find you.
I can hear your heartbeat.
That was, literally me at 14 at my karate tournament.
Yeah.
Yes, I said 14.
Flying around and
And it,
like Crouch Tiger, Hidden Dragon, whatever. You're like flying around and shit. They're like, oh my god, this kid's fucking.
the
what
pale,
the fuck is going on with
sightless
this
bat. The fucking moon-skinned retard. Literally me.
What
Literally.
What convention is your sister dragging you to, Hunter?
I'm going to Crypticon, which is a Midwest
Oh, cool. Yeah, you mentioned that.
horror convention. It's going to be really small and pretty funny, but usually there's
He
always
is going to AdultCon. His sister is dragging him to AdultCon.
we're going to AdultCon. We're going to a porn convention where people have sex with animals. We're just going to a barn and we're having sex with animals. There's really no convention. No,
it's just
the Crypticon
like a
thing
Midwest
is
thing.
it's like a short, it's like a really small event, whatever, but it's pretty fun. I mean, if you like horror shit, if you don't like horror shit, then you'd probably just want to blow your brains out. But
Are you ever astounded at the amount of porn stars there are?
no, I'm surprised there's not more.
I don't know. It feels like to me, how can there be A, that many women who want to do it, and B, like that many needs for porn stars when there's just so much already made. It's
I
such
say
a
the same.
saturated market.
I say the same thing with social media people. Like when I went to VidCon,
Yeah,
I had
so
no
many
idea who
YouTubers.
98% of people were. And like these kids are all like way more successful, rich, young. And I was like, where the fuck what do you even do? You know what I mean? It's just that kind of thing. It's just there's always something out there. So I lost a lot of faith in everything whenever I went there.
Yeah, it's just his own gold rush, you know.
Yeah, especially the amount of money in porn. I bet it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I think I read somewhere that most porn stars only do it for like a few months. Like,
oh, really?
Oh, yeah. The washout rate's probably insane.
Yeah, which is crazy because that's like a few months of like shooting every day. So just getting, you know, maybe multiple times.
Getting piped down.
And their entire library is built in that month. And then they like wipe out or stop.
Yeah, it's not something you can really dip your toes in very well, is it?
Sorry?
It's not something you can really just dip your toes in, is it? You just, as soon as your toes in, the rest of
I guess the only way that you could
into.
The only way that you could dip your toes into it, I guess, is if you're doing it with your partner, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think that counts, though. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also curious what if they do something similar like with YouTube with AdSense, if they do that with Pornhub, if that incentivizes people to do shit independently.
They must.
Well, there is that like
there must be like a revenue
community
model
shit, right?
I can't wait till they start doing brand deals in porn videos. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Some girl's just getting piped down, whatever, and she starts talking about like
my personal information is important to me.
Yeah,
that's
but-
why I
but the
have
sex doesn't stop.
NordVPN.
the sex doesn't stop. I mean, she's just getting absolutely piped. The guy just spits on her asshole and he starts taking it, and she's just like, "That's why I use British Netflix, because British Netflix." You know, what I mean, wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be sick.
It's kind of a good idea.
It probably happens.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Kind
All
of
of these brands just being associated with
idea.
women getting dick down.
That's kind of a sick and twisted idea. But I should have suspected that coming from such a sick and demented fucking podcast, right?
Yep.
I'll just go ahead and say it too. Ball against wall.
That's good. That's another fucking month of those comments on every single thing ever.
Well, they all get it. They all get it wrong though. It's kind of annoying.
That's the meme, though.
Yeah,
that's the meme.
Me.
People have interpreted the thing. Also, I really like. Also, my new favorite meme from it is the balls in your pocket. that's my new favorite iteration.
The
balls in your pocket. Balls in your pocket. That's a good one. I like that. I like that one a lot.
I feel like this is just slowly becoming one of those incest cults. Where
What?
What are you talking about?
Do you know what I mean? We're just endlessly fucking repeating and incestually going around in circles of our own fucking stupid memes.
You know what?
Then,
Tom? How about you need to make your own fucking memes then for people to be stoked on.
Okay.
You got to give people the fucking. You have to give people the want and desire, right? Because right now, ball against wall is hot, red hot.
Tom, I think Tom got the bronze medal with the brrr. That wasn't bad.
Was that me? Did I make that?
I think you were first to make the sound.
And then we went into like 10 minutes.
Here's my meme. Oi, oi, oi. That's my meme. Oi, oi, oi.
That's gay.
No, we need
everyone
to
spam that everywhere. I know. Oi, oi, oi. Just to annoy Don, at least.
Oi, oi, oi.
Why'd you hate my meme?
I don't like that.
Why? Why not?
It doesn't have the charisma. It doesn't have the charisma that ball against wall
Oh,
has.
I think you're going to be very surprised.
Against
I think you're going to be very surprised by my Anzac troops. Oi, oi, oi. all my troops in the comments. Oi, oi, oi.
What is your pocket?
I want this meme to take over all memes.
I'm starting to resent this podcast.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah,
we're gonna have.
We're gonna have minutes, and then they just jerk themselves off about jokes for the like 4 episodes ago, and just go in circles.
Well, this is a new joke.
We're gonna upload another episode 100, the final scoop. It'll be the exact same thing. After contemplation, I think we're done again. Actually, I think we're done. And then I'm just sitting there with a fucking straitjacket, bone against wall. Oh, I do want to say this though. I did want to say this. This is the most important thing I could think of, which is we do have a Patreon, and on our Patreon we have bonus episodes. We like to fill in. This is for the real diehards who want that extra scoop. that extra little bit of flavor every week. And we give extra episodes every week. So if you want to support the Patreon and get extra episodes, feel free to go in the link in the comment or the description.
Perfect.
Bye.
See ya.